Hello everyone, this is Roblyn and welcome back to our channel, The Dennis Family. Today, I'm gonna share with you how to report birth of your baby abroad. This is all about CRBA, Consular Report of Birth Abroad, and we are here in Costa Rica, so I'm gonna share the preparations of our papers for our baby. So we printed out the instructions for the application for Consular Report of Birth Abroad of a citizen of the United States of America, how to complete the application, and we printed out the US passport application and the social security card application. So let me share with you the instruction. There are 5 steps required in the application of the CRBA. First step is to read the instructions carefully, and before completing and submitting the application, please read the instructions, meaning you need to print it out so you can study the instructions they are providing so you can follow it correctly and complete the application with all the required documents. The second step is complete the application. Third step, make an appointment. We just made our appointment for next month, April, and you need to make your appointment in advance or ahead of time, maybe 1 month before the interview, because when I check it, fully booked all the time. It will be a lucky day for you if you can get a date that is very near to your schedule, like it won't take a month to wait. So step 4, assemble the required documentary evidence, and step 5, once it has been approved, the consular report of birth abroad will be printed in the United States and sent to your address. So unless if you stated in your form that you just need to pick it up at the US Embassy. So let's get started with the documents. They said here you must submit original documents or copies certified by the custodian of the record. Actually, all of our documents are original except documents from the USA. Since we are living here in Costa Rica, some of my husband's documents are in USA, so we just ask someone to scan it for us so he doesn't need to go back to USA. And then, since we are worrying about these original documents statement in the instruction, I emailed the US Embassy if it's okay to just bring a scanned document. We don't have the original, so they replied and they said it's okay, so no hassle anymore about that. The second statement here, we cannot accept photocopies or notarized copies of the documents. When you bring the original documents, you don't need to bring the photocopies because they have a custodian record there. They are the one to photocopy all your original documents. So what are the documents they need to see? So when applying for CRBA, the documentary evidence are the following. We need to bring the child's birth certificate. So since my baby was born here, we have a Costa Rican birth certificate. We got it online because they have this digital birth certificate. Just pay the website through credit card or debit card, and they will send a copy in PDF to your email, and just print it out and that's your copy. You don't need to go to the TSE, that's what they call it, the civil registry here in Costa Rica. So we live here in Palmares, so the nearby office of the civil registry is in San Ramon. The next evidence is the parents' US citizenship and identity. So my husband will bring his US passport, his US driver's license, and his US birth certificate. So those are the evidence of my husband's citizenship and identity. The third evidence is the US citizen parent physical presence. So my husband ordered his school record online, and the Auckland Unified District sent a copy of his school record to his address in USA. So we just asked his relatives to scan a copy of his school record. So that's the document we are going to submit when we go to the US Embassy here in Costa Rica, since they confirmed that it's okay to bring the scanned documents. So that's the physical presence evidence that we are going to bring on April. So the fourth document that we need to submit or to take with us is the parents' marriage certificate, meaning our marriage certificate. So since we got married here in Costa Rica, we will just bring our Costa Rican marriage certificate. And since it is in Spanish, I emailed again the US Embassy about it, because if they are so strict, you need to ask questions to confirm what documents you need to take with you or to bring, so you don't have to travel back and forth. So I asked if we need to translate a marriage certificate into English, and the officer said no need to translate. So the fifth document we need to bring is the evidence of the termination of any previous marriages of the parents. So I never been married before, so I don't need to bring that. And my husband been married before, so he needs to take with him his divorce decree. I think that's all. So those are the 5 documents you need to take with you in applying for the consular report of birth abroad here in US Embassy, Costa Rica. So there is the 6th instruction here. If a person other than a parent or the child is applying for the consular report of birth abroad, the person must present a certified copy of legal guardianship or notarized affidavit from the parents authorizing the person to make the application. So that's the additional information, since we are not in this situation, because our plan is to go together, so no guardianship. We are the parents, and both of us will go to the US Embassy for the interview. I would like to share also additional document that we need to bring. Aside from birth certificate, the US Embassy will ask a letter of the declaration of birth from the physician or midwife who attended the birth of the baby. So if hello, say hello.
Hello! Hello!
Okay, go now. I'm taking a video. If you gave birth in a private hospital or institution, so it's only the midwife or physician will give the statement. It's okay, just state the name of the mother and the pertinent facts of the birth, and of course the name of the physician or the midwife. But if you gave birth in one of the public hospitals here in Costa Rica, you need to ask for a letter from the director of the hospital stating that one of his physicians or midwives attended the birth, and state the name of the mother and also the pertinent facts of the birth. So that's what the US Embassy needed in the letter. So you need to submit a letter from the director of the hospital. So take note of that. They won't accept only birth certificate. They need a letter. So that's the documents we need to submit. You also need to prepare proof of relationship between the parents, the father and mother, and father and the baby. So we just prepared our photos from the hospital. When I gave birth, I took pictures of us as a family, and when I was pregnant, I will prepare also my ultrasound, my prenatal records, so in case they will ask for that, I have a copy. So let's proceed to the form, how to complete the application. So first, the name of the child. They said enter the name of the child as it is recorded on the local birth certificate. So in our case, my child's name is correct, but they put the middle name and the last name or the surname. They mess up. I mean, it's not mess up. They mix up, interchange the order of the name. They write in a birth certificate like Kaylee Jocelyn Dennis Martinez. Martinez is my middle name and Dennis is the surname of my husband. So what I want from the US Embassy is to provide a passport and birth certificate of my baby in a correct order of her name. So I put the correct order, which is Kaylee Jocelyn Yimbao Dennis, which is my middle name. I mean my surname is her middle name, not the Martinez, which is my middle name. So they said here, if a different name is shown on the birth certificate, an explanatory affidavit from the parent or legal guardian must be presented regarding the correct name. So what I'm going to do is to write an affidavit. So US Embassy, then the address like San Jose, Costa Rica. I don't remember the exact address. And then dear US Embassy officer. I mean on top of that there's subject explanatory affidavit regarding the correct name of the child. So I explained to her that the Costa Rican names are written in different order, and when the lady registered or wrote the name of our baby in the birth certificate registration form is incorrect. So just explain everything in the affidavit, and then at the end of the letter you should say there I declare that this blah 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 under perjury or whatever law is all true and correct. So that's the statement at the end of your affidavit. So that's the instruction number 1. Number 2 is the gender. Number 3, birth date. 4 is place of birth. And then mother, father, parents' name, all previous legal names. And it's all personal questions like our current physical address, mailing address, and about my husband's citizenship, how he acquired it, list date and place of marriage, time spent in the United States, time spent abroad, and lastly, after you filled out your form, do not sign it at home. So take with you the filled out form without the signature because they want you to sign it in front of them. Okay? So that's it. The U.S. Embassy or consulate official approving the issuance of the consular report of birth abroad will enter the serial number of the consular report of birth abroad and the date and place of issuance before signing the section. Okay, let's proceed to the application of passport. The application of passport is still the same. They will need a color photograph of the baby and of course the evidence of US citizenship and proof of identity. That's a photocopy front and back of the identification card. And that's all. You just fill out the form. I'm gonna show you the form after I finish sharing the instructions. So for Social Security, just fill out the form, apply for original Social Security card, and that's it. No, most of the requirements in the US passport and Social Security card are all the same in applying for CRBA because you're applying it once, one interview with 3 purposes. Those are the instructions. So this is the draft of my affidavit explanatory. So I will just encode this in short bond paper. The subject explanatory affidavit regarding the middle name of the child. So dear officer, I would like to explain why my signature blah blah blah. So it's up to you. What's the condition of? Then I swear under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. So yours truly, then blah blah blah. These are the papers I'm gonna share. These are the documents, original papers, but I'm gonna share only the forms that I filled out. Application for consular report to birth abroad. So this is just a draft because I have erasures, and I will just transfer it to a new one. I just filled out because, you know, for example, this one dates precise periods of time in United States. So you will put the entire dates of the American citizen parent, so they can see that you are really an American because you stayed in US long time since birth. Okay, and then dates abroad, I didn't fill it out because I need to check the passport and put it one by one, and it's hard. So you need to print out a copy so you can practice in filling out the form. And then if you think that all of the forms are filled out correctly, then you print the form again, just transfer it to the data, and it will be clean because you have already a guide. Okay, so this is the form for consular report birth abroad. For the Social Security, they only have one form, so I think I filled it out correctly and no erasure, so I don't need to print out again another form because it's already okay. It's very simple to print. And the application for US passport, they have 2 pages. So you will fill out the first part. The second part here, they have a warning stop. Just continue to the page 2. So fill out the empty boxes here. So I think I filled it out without erasure correctly, and it's neat and clean. So no need to print out again. So I will submit this, and this, what I'm gonna do with the CRBA, I'm gonna print out again a new form and fill it out again with the data I gathered from my husband. Of course, the paperwork is always the work of the wife, not the husband. Guys are lazy with paperwork. Not lazy, I don't know what term I can use for that. So that's it for today. Once again, the documents you need to check, the proof of identity, citizenship, are the passports, driver's license, for the mother, passport or ID, national ID, and the letter from the director of the hospital about the pertinent facts of the birth. And for the baby, you need to take with you the picture, 2x2 or passport size. I forgot that the US Embassy has this, they can take picture of the baby, so you don't need to bring one photograph of your baby. They can take picture for you and for a minimal fee, so we don't have to worry about that. And for the physical presence of the US parent, US citizen parent, you can take with you the tax, rent receipts, whatever, employment certificate, or school records, transcript, college transcript. So we chose school record. So those are the documents we're gonna take with us, and the birth certificate of the US citizen parent, the passport. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you learned something from my video. So I hope you guys should like it, and please subscribe for more videos coming up, and hit the like button below if you like this video. So see you again next time for more immigration paperwork. Bye.